I'ma gotta get it, get it. And it's pause it for the comma and a comma got it. Comma and a comma and a comma got it. Get it, get it. Comma and a I'ma gotta get it, get it. And it's pause it for the comma and a comma got it. Comma and a comma and a comma got it. Get it, get it. Comma and a I'ma gotta get it, get it. And it's pause it for the comma and a comma got it. Comma and a comma got it. Get it, get it. Comma and a I'ma gotta get it, get it. And it's pause it for the comma and a comma got it. Comma and a comma got it. Get it, get it. Comma and a I'ma gotta get it, get it. And it's pause it for the comma and a comma got it. Comma and a comma got it. Get it, get it. Comma and a I'ma gotta get it, get it. And it's pause it for the comma and a comma got it. Comma and a comma got it. Get it, get it. Comma and a
There it is. Thank God. I thought I was going to have to restart again. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 7 of the Summoner's War free-to-play series. And today, hopefully, judging by the title that I made, or the thumbnail that I made, we'll be able to get through Giants, complete Abyss, Giants Abyss Hard. We last left off in TOA Hard. We got to TOA Hard stage 30, I believe. And we were also collecting materials. I collected some more materials off stream after yesterday. Just so, you know, we could skip some of that boring stuff and we can move along with Summoner's Way. We have a ×7 rune set here. So let's figure out what to go for. I'm thinking we just keep going for Swift. I think Swift's going to be the way to go. Or, you know what? We're going to go for Will. The reason we're going to go for Will is because we're probably going to need a lot of Will runes for PvP, Arena, and RTA. So yeah, we're going to go for Will for sure here. Make sure we have enough of them to go around for everybody. Make sure everything is minimized. We're not lagging. Alright, we got some speed into there. We'll leave that. That's trash. This could be good. +9 this one. Of course, we missed speed, but at least we have a crit rate for maybe Birdie Heal. We could throw that on him for now. Alright. And the last one, we'll just power this up since it's an HP percentage. We'll eventually re-app this one. But there we go. We got some Will runes now for later on once we get into PvP. And let's just continue along. What's up, Cappy? What's up, hard work and dedication? Big fans here from Brunei. What's up, Dal? How's everyone doing? What's up, Emery? Swift, Will, or Violent? Yeah, I think going for Will there was the best choice. Because we're lacking Will runes. We're going to need them later on, like I said. Do our wishes. I'm going to make the music a little bit louder. I was watching the stream back yesterday. Realized the music's kind of low. So, let me know if it gets too loud. I'm just going to push it up a bit. Especially with these longer streams, sometimes there's, you know, some dead noise. I'm not really talking about anything. So at least you guys can listen to whatever music we got going on. Right, and I think we're also going to be able to get a new Nat 5, a new free-to-play Nat 5 here. If we collect this, get 200 more coins there, and then we go to the shop, ancient coins, and yeah, there we go. Another Nat 5. That is going to be huge. Alright, I think it, what does it automatically summon it, or, oh no, I have to go here and actually summon the pieces. There we go, Vampire Lord Dark. Very good for a couple different parts in the game. We're just filling out our roster right now. Things are looking good. We have a lot of glory points to spend. I'm not going to spend them just yet. Actually, you know what? Yes, we are. We're going to buy this just to make sure we have him. And we're most likely going to be using him for TOA Hard. There is a chance that we don't, though. We're going to see how far we can get with the team that we currently have. Honestly, we probably don't have to, but if we want to speed it up, we should make a dot team. But we'll see what happens. Got some more requests from you guys. Welcome in. And we'll see if we can get our Lucian yet. Come on. Nope, don't want that. Lucian, Kilo, that's a good one. That is a good one. And Win Anubis. How many more do we have? This last one? Yep. Alright. Not taking any of them, of course. Still waiting on our Lucian. They'll eventually arrive. And we have this challenge for Giants where we have to craft a statue. And yep, we got the pieces for that off stream. So we can just place it. Collect our reward. And now we have to do Giants keep B10 10 times on repeat battle. So while we're doing that, while we do that, we're going to go over to battle and do TOA hard. And try to get up to stage 40, because stage 40 is the next Summoner's Way achievement that we have to get to be able to move along. So we're going to be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's freaking go. Also, we have a couple things I want to cover today. I wrote them down. Yeah, we're going to be looking at the Collab units, taking a look at them. They released the units, the stats that they have and everything, the abilities they have. So we'll look at that together. I'm sure some of you guys have already seen that, but I have not taken a look at it yet. So we'll look at that. And then, yeah, just some other things here that I'm going to be talking about throughout the stream. But that'll be the next thing. We'll look at the collab units. And yeah, we're just going to keep autoing through 2A for now. How's everyone doing? What's everyone up to? We're just hanging around. Just chilling, vibing. Stage 31 down. Yeah, we shouldn't be having any trouble at all with these stages leading up to stage 40 here. Those dark guys could be a pain in the ass. We might be here for a minute. And then obviously we also have to level up the Vampire Lord. Level him up. He'll be most likely the next 6-star. And we can use him for the Rift Beasts to help us get a high enough rank. We could use him for Necropolis once we get there. And then really for anything, we can use him for his leader skill. He's got a really solid leader skill if we want to try to quickly clear stuff. I think 38% attack leader skill. So yeah, he's going to help out for speed clears. Phantom Sage says, "Hey Slick, how's the process?" Process is processing. We're processing the process. We're moving along here. And everything's looking solid. We just got a new Nat 5. And yeah, we're able to auto TOA hard for now. We're farming out Giants B10. We're doing that 10 times. which might be the reason we're kind of stuttering right now. I'm going to see if I turned off boss animations. I think I did, but I'm going to check that again. But yeah, I was also going to have us take a look at one of the videos I made a couple months back about giants before we fully build out our team, or if we get stuck, maybe we'll look at it. And yeah, hopefully it'll help us refresh our brains into what kind of free-to-play teams we can use to beat it, and to make sure that I have everything I need and everything's set up in the correct order. You know, the correct leader skill, the correct turn order, everything like that. That is what those videos are there for. They're not just there for, you know, you guys to learn from it. It's also there for me to remember and learn how to do stuff like that again. I sometimes forget, you know, after a while, you already have your team set up. So then you just keep resetting the same dungeon using the same team and never really editing your current lineup after you have that set up. Dot this one. Just trying to get through it here. Stun. But yeah, hopefully we don't fail giants while we're doing this. I think we already have a pretty solid team set up. Getting a random call. But yeah, we have a pretty safe and consistent Giants team, I think, for at least B10, right? We already beat B12, so it should be good enough. So for this challenge, you can use any 3-star infusion, NAV4 and 5. Yep. Yes, sir. And we get to use 1 4-star. That's not a fusion. From the event that you get from Summoner's Way. But besides that, that's the only 4-star other than fusions that I can use. So I gotta choose wisely. I think I know what I'm gonna choose. I've been saying it the whole time. It's most likely gonna be Lucian, unless I decide to change my mind for some reason. I don't know why I would change my mind. I think the only reason I would have to changing my mind is if we end up getting C1 in Arena before having to summon Lucian, which I don't think is going to happen, but you never know. It might happen. But yeah, in that case, then we'll probably use something like Cocky, so that'll make it a little bit easier in RTA. He's a pretty solid unit for RTA. Or maybe even like a Triana or something like tanky. I don't really know though. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. For now, I'm not really too concerned about it. I'm just trying to focus on our PvE stuff. Knock out the PvE stuff first, and then see what we have from there. And we can decide what we want to do for PvP content based off of what we already have runed up and everything. Yeah, we'll just... This is so bad, we're just going to sell it. Alright, we're farming this pretty slowly. But at least we're doing it. Nobody's dying. About 3-minute runs. Yeah, they're getting the job done, so that's all I care about. And what did I say we were going to do? I already forgot what I said we were going to do. What the hell did I say we were going to do?
Bruh.
Who remembers? Because I don't. I said we were going to look at the collaboration units, but I thought I said something else on top of that. We'll just power this guy up and see if we can 6-star him. Almost. I'm going to wait off in case we get some more materials to put into him, so we're not wasting 3 stars that we might eventually use. Yeah, I think we're just going to take a look at the event now. Take a look at the new units that they're showcasing. Okay, I'm going to wait until this goes over so we can see a bigger picture of it. Alright. Here we go. Move this over so everybody can see it. And we'll take a look. Okay, off topic, but which collab unit you think is getting a nerf or buff? What's up, Ember? Yeah, we're about to take a look at that now. I haven't looked at it yet. This is my first impression. So we'll see if anything looks broken or not. I have no idea of any of these characters, by the way. So if you guys are big fans of this anime, I'm sorry, I don't know anything about it. You guys can keep me informed. If you think they did anybody dirty or not, I have no opinion. Alright, they got a video showcasing the developers behind the scenes. We can maybe look at that later, but for now, let's just get to what we all care about. This is a nice image here. Oh, okay. This looks cool. Yeah, so we're not reading any of that. That's too much reading. I think everybody can agree on that. That is way too much reading. Alright, so real quick glance at this. Obviously we have... Oh, no, never mind. It looks like everybody's a 5-star. I don't know if they're all going to be 5 stars or if these are just the 5 stars of those specific elements and maybe the other ones are going to be 4 stars. I don't know if it says that anywhere or not, but I'm assuming that's how it's going to be. It's usually how it is. Or maybe it's just one of each. I don't know. Is it just one of each element? 5 stars of each character has their own element? All of them are 4-star? So all of the... Oh, all of them are 5-star. Okay. So yeah, I'm assuming they're all 5 stars, and it's one of each element, and they probably don't have other elements to them, right? Yeah, so we're just going to assume that for now until somebody says otherwise. And let's look at the skills. So we got... Can't even see his name. Ryomen Sukuna. He's a dark element attack type unit. First ability, dismantle, attacks the enemy to deal damage that ignores all damage reduction effects. The damage increases as your attack power is higher than the enemy's defense. That's interesting. So you probably run that guy on revenge because that's going to do a solid amount of damage and ignore shields and everything. Be interested to see how much damage that does. And then he's got cleave. Attacks the enemy 2 times to decrease its defense for 2 turns with a 50% chance each. Each hit's damage decreases if your attack power is higher than the enemy's defense. Each hit's damage decreases if it's higher. That's interesting. But the number of hits increases up to 6 times. Okay, so you're dealing less damage, but you're attacking more times, so in reality, you're still dealing more damage. Not sure why it's called cleave if it's not actually cleaving, it's just attacking one unit. But anyway, there you go. Defense break, multi-hit on second ability. And then he's got a passive on top of it, reverse cursed technique at the start of every turn. If your HP did not increase compared to the previous turn and has decreased by less than 30% of your HP, it will revert to the HP from the previous turn. If your HP... I gotta read that again. I kind of zoned out. Okay, so it's like a self-heal. Yeah, so he's got a self-heal here. So he's like a attack, single target attack tank, it looks like. So that's pretty cool. I mean, he's an attack type unit, so you should be sniping him anyway. But I guess if you're using him against like a tanky team or something and you protect him a lot, maybe even put like the endure effect on him from Fedora or something like that, that could be pretty overpowered. But it seems somewhat balanced. Next up we got Satoru Gojo. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of these names correctly. Water defense. He's a water type unit. He's a defense type unit. Infinite strike. First ability, attacks the enemy to stun for 1 turn with a 30% chance. It's just plain. A lot of things have that. Whatever. Second ability, curse technique, lapse blue. Attacks all enemies 2 to 3 times to deal damage proportionate to your defense, and steals 1 beneficial effect with a 20% chance each. All right, that's kind of similar to Water Striker, except Water Striker just strips and pushes back attack bar, whereas this guy will strip and also steal the things that he strips. So that's pretty good. I guess based off of that, maybe you put him on Despair. And then he's got a passive, 6 eyes, gains immunity against attack bar reduction effects, and increases your attack bar by 30% when the turn ends. Okay. Who does that counter? Who does that hard counter? I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess it kind of counters the Water Striker, right? He's going to be immune to getting pushed back. And then that little increase to your attack bar after when the turn ends. I'm assuming that's his turn every time his turn ends. Yeah, so seems decent. Doesn't seem too broken. I want the dark one so bad. I read it as if he doesn't take more than 30% of his HP in damage, he just heals back to what he was at. Yeah, I thought that's how I was explaining it. Maybe not. But, yeah, like I said, he's an attack type unit. We're talking about this guy up here, the dark one. So I'm not sure how good that passive is actually going to be because of that. But we'll see how it does. He could be good at like soloing things. And then, like I said, if you have Endure on him, or if he just barely survives, he's going to be really annoying to deal with. But, like I said, we'll see what happens. Alright, we got this guy next. I'm not even going to say his name. Fire. He's a fire type unit, attack type. First skill, triple assault. Attacks the enemy 3 times to deal damage that ignores all damage reduction effects. So it's like the dark one where it's ignoring damage reduction, but this one's a multi-hit. Not a bad first skill. Already good for Necropolis, just based off of that. Next skill, Divergent Fist. Attacks the enemy 2 times, just making him even better for Necropolis. The first hit decreases its defense for 2 turns, and the second hit destroys the enemy's max HP by 100% of the damage dealt. In addition, the chance of landing a critical hit increases by 50% for each harmful effect granted on the enemy. So you build this guy, if you want, with a 0% crit rate. Well, he has to have at least 15%, but you put no additional crit rate onto him, and his second ability will crit 100% of the time as long as they have 2 harmful effects on them. And if you're dealing that defense break, then that's already a harmful effect that he's applying. So, I mean, realistically, you'll probably still want to get at least 50% crit rate, but let's see what his third skill does before I say that. Black Flash, maximum power. Attacks all enemies to destroy their max HP by 50% of the damage dealt. In addition, absorbs their attack bar proportionate to their destroyed HP. This attack always lands as a critical hit. So, yep. Build him with 0 additional crit rate. And he's going to be critting all the time. You can just go heavy into crit damage, a rage set. Probably Rage Revenge, because this first skill does multi-hits and ignores damage reduction. So that's how I would build him personally. But yeah, that looks pretty good. It seems really good for Guild Wars specifically. Also, I just noticed that none of these have leader skills, or at least that they're showing. Maybe they'll add the leader skills later. But that's another thing to note here. Up next, we got the Wind one. He's a support type. So the first support type we got here. First skill, Totality. Attacks the enemy to decrease its defense and attack power for 1 turn with a 25% chance. That's pretty solid. Defense break and attack break on skill 1 is really good. It's a low % chance, but I'm sure it's going to go up skill ups to, I'm guessing around 50%, but we'll see. His second ability, the Wells Unknown Abyss, attacks the enemy to remove 1 beneficial effect with a 70% chance and absorbs its attack bar by 30% with a 70% chance. Okay, so it's removing, it's not absorbing the beneficial effects. And absorbing some attack bar. Not really a crazy second ability, I'm not going to lie. Nothing crazy about that. So I'm assuming the third ability has a lot more to offer. Shadow Manipulation Cursed Technique. Grants invincible for 1 turn on all allies. Okay, so that's like Chloe already. And increases their attack power for 2 turns. And increases their attack bar by 20% each. Ooh. Ooh, that's really solid. Really solid there. What this means is that if you make this guy super fast, obviously we can't see their base speeds yet, but if he's got a good base speed and you're able to make him go first turn, he's going to give your whole team invincibility. And then if the enemy doesn't have a stripper, there's nothing that they can do to your team. And you can build like a slow cleave team to go right after. Or not right after, you can let the enemy go in between this guy. Something like that. But yeah, he's also coming with the defense break and attack break. Like, really solid unit, really strong third ability here. Can even use it like on a Lucian cleave. Hopefully this guy gets a speed leader. It makes sense for him to get a speed leader. Maybe like 24% or 33% would be fine. But yeah, I think you'll be... This one's going to be pretty solid. I think he's my favorite so far. Personally. But we'll see. Alright, up next, we got the light one. The only HP one. Her first skill, Straw Doll Technique, attacks the enemy to disturb HP recovery for 2 turns with a 60% chance. Whatever, basic first skill. Hairpin, 4 nails. Her second skill, attacks the enemy target and 3 random enemies to provoke them for 1 turn with an 80% chance each. When the target is already provoked, hold up, let me say this correctly. Provocation? I think it's provocation. I don't think I've ever seen this word in my entire life. I don't know about you guys. I have no idea the proper way to say that. Provocation duration increases by 1 turn up to 3 turns. Okay, so if you pair her with, let's say, the Light Paladin will AoE provoke everybody, and then she uses that second skill to increase the provokes to now 3 turns. You have 3 turn provokes. That's pretty sweet. Or if you attack 3 random enemies and say there's 1 enemy alive, or even 2 enemies alive, you can potentially provoke the 1 enemy 3 times, or provoke, if you have 2 enemies, one enemy once and the other one twice, something like that. So that's interesting. And then the third skill, Curse Spirit, Manipulation, Resonance. Attacks one of the enemy targets that attacked you during one turn to deal 40% of the target's max HP as damage. Okay, that's unique. If the target is a boss, deals 10% of the boss's max HP as damage. Wow, that's interesting. That is really interesting. Yeah, so normally when you have not passives, but abilities like this, they won't affect the boss in any way. That's usually what they put at the end here. But this one actually deals a percentage of the boss's max HP. So I'm thinking this unit was made for TOA. TOA Hell specifically, and TOC. I think that's what she's here for. Yep. And the question is, which one are we getting for free? If I had to assume, or if I had to make an educated guess here, I think this is the one that we're getting for free. But what do you guys think? Who's your guys' favorite? Who do you not like? Who do you think needs a buff? Who do you think needs a nerf? I'd say Rage Will for the fire guy. He's probably going to be slow on rage. Yeah, this is the one that destroys max HP. Yeah, so I see him being used a lot in Guild Wars and RTA, as well as maybe Necro. Damn, my man started streaming. I didn't even know. Come on, man. You gotta have your notifications on. What's happening? He sounds like Water Desert Queen. Water Desert Queen. You're talking about this one here. It's somewhat similar. You're right. Doesn't do an AoE on the second skill, though. And has invincibility instead of the shield. But that shield is for 2 turns, so you're right about that. It's pretty similar, I guess. But a big difference could be if he gets a speed leader and if he has a lot of base speed, because Bastet, the Water Desert Queen, doesn't have a lot of base speed. That's the only issue with her. So if I had to assume, he would be better when it comes to base speed. Gojo will be OP. Gojo is the water one up here. Yeah, I think he'll be pretty strong. I like his kit. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy, though. To be honest. It might be something similar to Water Striker. But if he doesn't have a speed leader, then I still don't think he's going to be used as much. But yeah, the fact that he's stealing, AoE stealing beneficial effects is pretty unique, pretty strong. We'll see how that turns out for him. Sukuna is the free one. Okay, so you're saying the dark one is the free one. So they already said it, and I'm over here trying to make a prediction. Let's look real quick again. What does he do exactly for us? What does he do for free-to-play players? Good damage on the first skill. Defense break on the second skill. With more multi-hits. And has a passive, which he's going to keep healing up. So I think where this guy's going to be used, based off of what we're looking at, I don't think he's going to be a huge unit in RTA. At least not right now. Unless somebody figures something out about him that I'm not realizing. But I'm thinking he's mainly going to be good for like soloing in PvE content. The fact that he's ignoring damage reduction effects basically says to us that he's going to be good in not the Rift. What is that called? Let me go back to the game so that I can actually show you guys what I'm talking about. Dimensional hole. I think he's going to be good here for dimensional raid. This is our first time apparently opening it. Yeah, so I think he's going to be really good for this. But honestly think that the Witcher collaboration had a better free-to-play unit that it gave out to everybody. I just think the Dark one's going to be more fun to use because he's going to be constantly gaining health back in PvE content. And he could potentially have some fun and funny solos in PvP. But I don't think he's going to be like meta or anything like that. I don't think that they would give us something that's going to be game changing for free. They never do. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. Everything looks fairly balanced. I didn't see anything that was like, okay, this is definitely going to need a nerf. But of course I could be wrong. Look at this. A solid rune here. Really good one. We can start re-apping as well. Let's end this. I don't know why I'm selling. Oh wait, no, I sold that earlier. Power this one up. Gotta remember, I'm not on my main account. Holy crap, 20 speed. What a rune that is. Actually a good rune. Actually a solid rune right there. And let's see if we can get some HP and crit rate. Everything went into flat HP. Awesome. Can complete the challenge. Get our reward. Collect this one. Varamos is one away, so here we go. We're going to max him out. Max out that cool time. And now we have 2 more Devilmons to use. We could use it on the Vampire Lord, but you also get free skill ups with him if you just fuse a bunch of vampires, or if you summon a bunch of vampires. They count as Vampire Lords. So you don't actually have to waste your Devilmon. We might end up doing it if we need to, just because there's really nothing else we're going to be using it for. But maybe I'll hold off on it, because I think we'll eventually have to fuse some more Nat 5s for Arena and RTA. So yeah, we'll probably just hold off on it. I think that's a smart decision. And I'm going to wait for this to complete, so that we can move on to dragons. Wonder if that scales with crit. What are we talking about? So if you attack her, she'll counter by smacking 40% of your HP away, and she can provoke you. Holy moly. Yeah, when you look at it like that, that's crazy. So we're talking about the light one. That could be really crazy. And especially against the boss. And I wonder if that goes up even more if you have a branding on them or something like that. If the percentage will go up or not. Yeah, that could be crazy. Remove continuous damage from the dragon. Okay, we'll just solo it. Usually would be like a massive nuke. The light girl is going to be crazy. Her S3 is a passive without cooldown. I think you guys are right about that one, but it is a light dark unit, so almost nobody's going to have it. But yeah, that really does sound insane now that You guys are bringing it up. All right, now. Oh, we killed it too fast. Water counting girl on violent is nuts. Yeah, she's really good on Necropolis. Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. It'll be like Jean, but with damage instead of just control, plus no cooldown. You're right. I wonder if pairing them together is like the best move. So you have like constant provokes. You just strip and that's like your way of CCing. Clear B3. Get a scroll from that. Let's actually put our team in here. Get this one out. Yo. Yo, can you help me with my account? If you're on Europe server, and if you want to add me in game, I can take a quick look at it. Hey, now the whole one person that pulls here will probably not be happy anyway. That's true. That is very true. It'll probably be one of those fake accounts that you always see in chat. And it'll probably be like an endgame player, like a fucking rank 1 player on the server that's going to look at it and be like, yeah, this doesn't help me in any way. So it's going to go to waste. Grab our Colleen. Love this unit. Grant immunity effect. When you summon her for me, you can do some tests. Alright, will do. Can't wait to do that for you. I hope everybody is saving. Everybody save your scrolls. We're all doing no scroll July. Hashtag no scroll July. Clear B5. Gotta get to this set here. Monkey.Jr. is her name. Okay. We'll let this one play out real quick, and I'll take a quick look at your account. But we're trying to continue with the progress here. Let me make sure we're actually attacking the right stuff. Attack order, boss on mid boss, and dungeon boss. Yeah, so I was also thinking about doing more, well, my first tier list, but after I do my first one, doing like a lot more tier lists and stuff like that. I feel like it's a good way for people to get a clear gauge at what you know, what ranking people think certain units are. Like, we'll do specific ones to like fusion units. We were talking that on another stream. We'll do a separate video about that, or just do it on stream. We'll start doing tier lists that way. And stuff like best free-to-play units. You can even do collaboration units. But yeah, I definitely want to do more like tier lists. I think that'll be fun. use some of your guys' opinions. Obviously, we're going to go with my opinion, but you guys could potentially influence me to change rankings and stuff like that. Craft a shield rune. Okay. Nice, we got speed on slot 2. Clear B7. Just collect some stuff real quick. Out the shop, go to community here. And have you already added me, Monkey Jr.? Are you already part of my friends list? All right, I'll add you. Monkey. Oops. .jr. Can't find friend. I believe you're on the wrong server. Unfortunately. Yeah, we're on Europe server. The way you can check it is go into here. And we'll continue along to do B7. We're on B6. No scrolls July, starting on July 26th until August. Mission complete. Not yet. Still got a few more days. You have exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 6 including today. It's interesting seeing units like Colleen, Shannon, and Baramos are still very helpful units, while poor Amon fell off a cliff. Yeah, it is crazy, right? All those units we grew up on just never got an update. They were overpowered, so they decided they were overpowered for their time. So I guess they decided that they would always be good, but obviously that's not the case. Keep everything we get. But yeah, for real, like, where would you even use Amon these days? Does he even work for any team at all? You can put him on a full revenge set. And, I don't know, pair him with the fire werewolf so he gets max healing every time he gets healed. Something like that, I don't know. You could do 2 Amons and 3 fire werewolves. Have infinite healing for TOA. But yeah, he is pretty much useless at this point. I think we're just gonna have to wait to see if they get a update, if the War Bears get an update or not at 2A. Because based off of the last balance patch, it looks like they're not even considering 3 stars anymore. They just do 4s and 5 stars. I guess for the reasoning of 2As now being a thing. If they see that a family's really bad and they actually want people to start using them again, they'll just make them a 2A. Alright. Moving along. Shaman is still used in Necro Abyss. Yeah, we're talking about Amon. I know it sounds almost exactly the same. But yeah, Amon is the light warbear. Or not warbear. I keep saying warbear. It's bear man. Too many similar things going on. Bear man, light bear man, and shaman is obviously the light griffin. Light griffin's still really good. We're gonna be using him a lot for speed clearing. Don't stop there. Bring 2 Amons and 3 fire werewolves. Heals for days just to get 1 shot anyway. Exactly. I misheard you. Sorry. All good, man. It's like I said, a lot of these names are really similar and easily misheard. Uh-oh, what happened here? Vertiheal died. We only have 1 stripper on this team, and we're not getting our attack bar anymore. Hopefully we can still do it. If we can't, it's not really that big of a deal. Just move on to TOA. Shit, he's about to cook us. How did Vertiheal die? Did he die to the dragon or during the trash waves? Wasn't paying attention. Alright, beat it anyway. I'm going for a Necro team before Giants on my ult. That's an interesting way to do it. I wouldn't recommend it, but if that's just how you want to play that account, then go ahead. It's going to be a challenge. Let's see if we should change anything up. I think at this point, we give him some crit rate. I believe we got a crit rate rune somewhere. This one here. Can do that, and then see if we can put another will rune somewhere. Just put this on for now. 100% crit rate. Trying to reduce some of that accuracy. You got way too much accuracy going on. Okay, we'll use this one. It's good enough. More stats there. We'll plus 15 this one so we can survive longer. Not terrible. Hold up, was this B9? No, it's B8 again. Misclicks for days. B9. Only the OGs remember units like Amon. Or the 3 imp team for Dragon, I think it was. Yeah, Yaku, the water imp champion. I think they also use the normal water imp. Yeah, I remember those teams. I remember those days very fondly. I never actually built the triple imp team, but I saw a lot of people using them on YouTube videos and stuff. That was like Trikaru before Trikaru. Too much accuracy. Yet we all know accuracy is a myth anyway. You can have 100% and still miss all the time. That's true, but we're looking at Vertiheal here. He literally doesn't need any accuracy. He doesn't have any harmful effects that he applies. So there's a zero. There's no point of having accuracy on him at all. Just a wasted stat. But we're working with what we have. Yeah, so we lost like almost 100 extra crit damage. But we gained that 100% crit rate on Vertiheal, which in my opinion, is way more important. Way more important to make sure that we're constantly turn cycling. And we're giving Lauren more of a chance to strip this immunity off the dragon. But I think that we should probably just go for this crystal first for now on, because I think he gets more damage as his HP's lowered. Yeah, HP attack power increases greatly when HP becomes lower than 30%. So we might have to, if we can't beat this next stage, we might have to actually focus that right crystal first. This is a nice rune. Plus 12 that. Not the greatest rolls, but of course we can always re-app it and move on to B10. Yeah, we've all had those times where we thought 99% was enough just to see them not crit for 3 turns in a row. Exactly. Now he does have a second skill that gives him a 30% increased crit rate when he uses it, which puts him up to, I think exactly it would have been 99, right? I think we had 69 crit rate on him, somewhere around there. But that was basically making him crit all the time. However, there is that slight chance that he doesn't crit on that second skill. And then, of course, if he's not critting on his first skill, we're not getting that additional attack bar. So, yeah. You want to eventually transition your Vertiheal from having crit rate on slot 4 to having crit damage. Or even HP if you want him to survive longer. But if you're going for speed teams, crit damage on slot 4. But you still have to make sure that you are at least at 90% crit rate before you do something like that. You'll still get that occasional miscrit on the first skill, but it'll be pretty consistent, or at least consistent enough. And if you're attacking against wind units, if you're going up against like a wind dungeon or something like that, or just attacking wind units in general, then it makes that crit rate up to 100%. I can never remember exactly how much additional crit rate you get going up against element advantage units. Like if he has element advantage over something, I believe it goes up by 15%, but I could be incorrect about that. So in that case, you could even put him on 85% crit rate to make sure that it's 100% when attacking wind. I completely forgot about that. I just remember when they changed his skill 2 to hit 2 times, like his auto. Yep. I actually forget about that all the time as well. You get 15%, yeah, okay. Just wanted to confirm that. So something you can think about when you're building your teams out here. If we have a water unit in this dungeon, obviously, like I was just saying, we can have him on 85% crit rate. And we don't have to worry about trying to get him 100%. Can use those additional stats on something else. Crow's dead. We're taking a lot of damage here. Yeah, so I think we focus down right crystal and then the boss. Right crystal. The right crystal. Come on, almost dead. Just kill the dragon. There we go. B10 complete on both giants and dragons. Of course, missed out on speed there. Collect our free rune sets. And we have to craft a statue again. Awesome. More desert farming. So much fun. Okay. At least we can use this guy. Level him up to max. Put on a random rune set here. Give him Violent Blade. Plus 15 that one. Plus 12 that one. And everything else looks alright. Okay, just collect some more stuff here. Another scroll. Like Dark Scroll. I don't know. What do you guys think? I've just been summoning every time we had the chance, but I'm getting a little bit hyped up now with the collaboration coming out. Should we even save on this account for that? Or should we just summon now? What do you guys think? Let's see. So that was the rune set we got. Didn't even show us. Which is what we were powering up before. Okay, one into everything. Come on, everything in speed. Nothing into speed. This is why you don't ask for things. What else did we get? It was Violent, I think, Revenge. No, maybe not. Was it Violent Will? We can just go back and look at it. Dragon's Violent Revenge. I was right. I just missed it. Speed, speed, speed. Not bad. Speed, speed, speed. What the hell, man? I mean, it is truly free to play only if you use collab characters. Is it truly free to play only if you use collab characters? Good question. We're definitely buying this. We are definitely buying that one. Holy cow. We're buying that, and we are powering it up. What was that? What did we just buy? I already forgot what we bought. Oh, fight. First fight set here. Fight rune. Spread out into everything, of course. Try to get Lucian. Is it still free to play? I guess not, because eventually the collaboration is going to go away, and you're not going to be able to use and obtain the same stuff. I think the free to play unit, though, will still be free to play throughout, because they usually just make up a Summoner's War version of it and put it back out there. So we'll be able to use that dark unit from the collaboration in this series. That'll be really nice. Start the playlist real quick. And we will carry along. Right, let me make sure before I do World Boss real quick that we don't have to do it again in somewhere in here. Reach B rank and World Boss. Okay, let's try to wait that one out. I'm not sure if we're gonna get there today. And it's on 1%. It might go away, so we gotta be quick. I think that's why Giants farming is so nice. If you have Tashar, your crit rate requirements are very low. That is very true. I feel like it would be nice if you start off on the same level as someone who just joined the event. Doesn't really matter if this account already has certain set goals. I don't know how far you want to take it with this account after you achieve the goals on screen. Yeah, so we're probably just going to achieve the goals on screen, and then from there, I'm not really going to be playing on this account too much. You know, I'll probably start focusing afterwards. This is something I want to talk about anyway. After we're done this series, I plan on doing a lot more RTA on my main account. Do RTA during the week. Just have fun with that. Do unique stuff with that. Maybe even try to rank up higher than I normally go to. And then obviously on the weekends we still have our arena that we like to do on Sunday nights. But I think if we're doing RTA and we use all of our 30 wings, then maybe we can hop over to this account every once in a while and see if we can keep ranking up with it, just to show free-to-play stuff. Like, we'll continue every time we're on this account. It's always going to be free-to-play no matter what, unless we get a Light Dark Nat 5. That's the only thing that's going to change it. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the goal for everything else. If you get rank B in World Boss, it counts even if you're not on the quest currently. So we already got B rank last stream. So we'll see if you're right about that. I hope you are. You already have B rank, it will auto finish. Yeah, I'm just not sure with Summoner's War, because if you guys remember from last stream, I got to TOA 100. The stream before that one, and then last stream I went to go collect my reward, and it said I had to complete TOA 100 again because I did it before it was the next one up. That is my only concern. That might just be the only thing that does that, the TOA stuff, but I'm not 100% sure about it, so I don't want to take any risks. I'm gonna wait until we get to that Summoner's Way progression, and then we'll do the world boss again if it doesn't complete. If it doesn't complete the mission. Look at this real quick. Yeah, we still have to do all of these. Still have this stuff to use. Collect our daily rune and stuff. Actually, we don't have enough yet. Get that shortly. See what we have in here. We have Devilmons we can collect. Yeah, we'll use it on the Devilmons. Get some free energy. Not that we need it, I don't think. Mission point event. So many events going on. Let's take that. Let's take that. Let's go collect all that stuff real quick. We got this one's done. This one I think we still need 30 more or something like that. Let me confirm that. Craft statue. No, we need 20 more, and then we have to do Hall of Magic. So we can move along with that one. They patched that TOA fixed. They just recently patched it. Like they patched it today on the update that just came out. Then if you were gonna let go of this account, I'd say it doesn't really matter if you summon now or later. Yeah, I think we're just gonna summon now. We're gonna be getting more scrolls during the event anyway, so I don't really care too much about saving up on this account specifically. But on my main account, we're saving up. We're doing some summons for some of you guys. I know at least like 3 or 4 of you said you want me to summon for you as soon as the collaboration comes out. We're gonna be doing a big summoning stream, day 1 of collaboration. If you guys want in on it, just make sure to message me on Discord. And yeah, private message me your account information so that I can sign in on the day of. And hopefully somebody gets the light unit that we were talking about. I also want to actually try to cover and make videos on each of the collaboration units. So if you guys get something and you don't mind me logging in and testing out the character to make a video on it, I'd really appreciate it. Helps me get out the content quicker and show these units off to people. What are your plans for TOA Hard? I remember having to use Spectrum, Mav, Thrain, Gildong, plus one other back in the day. So we're going to continue using this team. This team has a little bit of everything, but obviously it's quite slow. We'll probably have to 2A Crow here. So once we get stuck, we'll work on 2A and Crow, or whenever that mission comes up in Summoner's Way. And he'll be doing more damage. He'll be surviving longer. And I think we'll be able to get pretty close to the end before having to switch anything up. We might have to make a small adjustment. I did say I was thinking about doing a dot team, but that's going to require me to build out a couple more units. It's going to take a lot more time, so I'm just going to try to do it without building that team for now, unless we really get stuck somewhere and I'm like, okay, a dot team would help for this stage for sure. But until then, we're going to see how far we can get. I also did a video using the same exact team for both TOA normal and TOA hard. It was a completely free-to-play team, and I was able to get through both of the towers with the same team. So you really shouldn't have to build a separate team unless you're trying to make everything go faster. But yeah, as we're climbing up the tower here, completing more missions, we're also going to be leveling up, improving runes, improving our tower stats, and all that stuff is going to make it a little bit quicker and a little bit easier to do. Know what I mean? So like, even though our units here are max starred, max leveled, it doesn't mean that they're at their maximum potential. There's still a lot of work to do after you level 40 all of your units and have your team built out. Like I said, we still have the 2A Crow. We have some skill ups to finish up. You know, even just a little bit of extra damage on everything. Like we have Varamos maxed out and Fran. but we could use a little bit more damage on Crow, skill ups. Lauren, I don't think has anything in her, and then Birdie Heel only has 1 skill up. So that little bit of extra damage helps out a lot. Nowadays, I can just power through it all. I don't know how new players tackle things. Yeah, so pretty much just like this. Usually, at this point, you're going to have a decent TOA Nat 5 to use, either by summoning them with the scrolls that you get, the legendary scroll you get from TOA, and then you have the Transcendent scroll to get the guaranteed Nat 5, and you'll probably have something better that you can put into your semi-free-to-play team after you add him in there to quickly get through TOA. But yeah, that's normally how you should do it if you're not doing a free-to-play account. But it's also knowing that that unit that you get is actually good for TOA, and not just thinking that, oh, he's in that 5, it should be better than everything else. Not how this game works. Hey, will you save the scrolls for the collab? No, we will not. We were just talking about that. On this account, we're not saving them. On my main account, we are. Yep, fixed today on global at least. Just gave the account away. Saving new players some time if you don't plan on playing on it. I would do that. However, this account is connected to my Slickhead email. Yeah, I don't want to risk any of my information getting leaked. And also, we had already started another series on this account. We'll probably start a series in the future on the Asia server on this account. But yeah, that's my reasoning for not giving it away. If maybe in the future I'll do another series where I'll say that I'm giving this account away, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but it's probably not going to be anytime soon for something like that, unless you guys are really enjoying these type of series. But I think just showing a one-time free-to-play series should be enough to point people in the right direction for now, and also for in the future, to have something to look at for Summoners War 2024. I think you should wait to summon. Saving up might give you a better chance. I think we should save. Now we got 2 people here wondering if we're saving. I don't know. If enough of you guys want me to save, I'll save. But like I said, it's not going to make a difference either way. We're not able to use anything good that we get. So the only reason we're summoning is to get skill ups for the things that we can use for our free-to-play stuff. Do a poll? I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to do polls. Haven't figured that one out yet. Is there a way to do like a poll straight from YouTube in a way? I have no idea. Okay, let's see how many we got here. 15, we need 15 more. Self-selected. Start doing magic as well. We're not going to be keeping any of that stuff. And here's that one. We will 6-star him now. World boss has been defeated. All right, we're hoping and praying that we actually get the achievement done. But you guys said that they made an update, which is really interesting. really interesting. I'm starting to think that Come To Us is in here. They're watching my streams. Somebody saw me complaining about that, and they fixed it literally the next day. So if you guys want to say something to Come To Us, here's your chance. I'm sure you guys have a lot of nice things to say. Go to all that. Why don't you use the Char? This is a free-to-play series. Some more of that. Just pop one of these. We might as well before they run out. And back to COA. You mind if mine are on the first so I can get you a premium session? Unless you want to do it day of release. Yeah, so ideally I'm going to do everything in one go. Unless for some reason we can't do it on the day of release. What is the day of release actually? Isn't it the 30th? A Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Ideally, we want to do it on the day of release. That's when it's the most hyped. We'll hopefully have the most people in here. So yeah, if you can, let's do this on the day of release. What's the difference between doing it 2 days later for you? Is it like TOA resetting? Are you getting your paycheck on that day and you're gonna whale out and buy a bunch of packs? If you have a ton of stuff to summon, then we can always do it also on the first. We can do it throughout the entire collaboration. Sounds good. And more scrolls. Yeah, we'll just do it throughout the entire duration of the collaboration. There we go. Level 26. Level 26. More skill points. We're getting up there. But as I was saying, yeah, if you guys want to keep summoning throughout, we'll do that. But the day of release is going to be the biggest day to do it. We're going to have the most amount of people that we're summoning for. And it's going to be obviously the most hyped on that day. But yeah, if you need a few extra days, then it is what it is. Imagine a new player seeing your 200-hour playlist for the series and immediately uninstalling the game. Oh, man. Yeah, didn't think about that one. But like I said, at the end of the series, we're going to break it all down. I'm going to take out the parts where we completed our goals, and then I'm just going to talk about how we did everything. And it's going to be a much shorter video. But we're going to have the proof laying within the playlist. I'm going to be able to say, if you guys want to know everything about this game, just go to the series, skip through it to parts where you're stuck, or even just listening through it. We've pretty much covered everything at some point during the series. Everything PvE-wise, or new game, new player-wise. Like runes and stuff like that. We've covered that slowly throughout the series to make it easy to follow, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully for somebody. Maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, that's why I wanted to do this. I always chuckle when I see questions from new players on Reddit asking for advice, and everyone's saying, quit now, save yourself for the rest of us. are already doomed. I've seen that too recently. I went on Reddit and everybody was telling this guy to quit. I think we saw the same post. Yeah, don't even get into it. Listen, man. You don't need to have that mindset. This game is still fun if you play it casually, and you can actually catch up pretty good. You can get past a large portion of the player base pretty early on. We're going to showcase that in a short amount of time. We're not spending any money. You don't have to spend money in this game. But yeah, if you're looking to become the next Summoners War champion, then quit the game. Unless you have like $1 million to spend, quit the game. Here we go. Another stage complete. Another mission down. Team Legendary Runes. Team 1 to 6 star. 1 of 6-star Legendary Rune in Chaos Dungeon. Okay. Still not done this yet, but we'll cancel out of it. We'll start farming Giants B12. Maybe try to go to Abyss, see how we do in Abyss Dungeon. That'll be pretty sweet if we can already complete Abyss normal. Who should we power up? We'll go for the dark one for now, for Veramos. Give him more damage. Since we are using him everywhere, it's also going to help out the Vampire Lord. Chaos, Giants. Why was I thinking there was actually a B11 and B12? I actually thought that. Yeah, so you can always do something like this. I've talked about this before. To set your team up real quick. To copy what other people are doing. So if we wanted to 2A her, we could use her in the future. But for now, we can't do that. So instead, our 2 main damage dealers are going to be Crow and Veramos. And then the rest are just supports. And we'll slowly beat this dungeon. Absolutely. They really have made great updates to help new players get through content. It's really nice. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why so many people tell new players that you shouldn't play this game. They're acting like the progression isn't fun. I think at the very least, people should be like, get through Summoner's Way and then quit. Something like that. I would be fine with that. I would understand that. But yeah, I just think this whole journey of accomplishing stuff in the beginning, let's make sure we're attacking the right stuff. Yeah, completing the stuff for the first time, you're getting a lot of dopamine, a lot of rewards coming in. And then you get thrown into PvP. And if you want to quit from there, so be it. I know some people start playing the game because they actually want to try to compete in PvP. If that's your mindset, I'm going to warn you now, it's not going to be easy. Like, it's not going to be easy for us to get C1 in both Arena and RTA. Especially if you're a new player who hasn't memorized every character in the game. It's going to be even harder. And there's a lot to learn, but just casually play the game. Casually play the game. keep trying to improve on something. People are going to tell you to set up your farming teams, just farm out a specific dungeon all day, every day, or as long as you can. You don't even have to be around to watch it. Get good runes, take those runes into PvP, make your teams better, copy what other people are doing. And you'll have a better time. It's just like the saying goes for RuneScape, you don't quit, you take long breaks. Yeah, it's for everything. Same with World of Warcraft. Yep, it's an addiction. It's forever got you. If you have good memories of anything, you're gonna be addicted to it. It's just how addiction works. Like anything that gives you hits of dopamine, especially like strong hits of dopamine, makes you really happy. You're gonna be very addicted to it. Literally everything. Even food you eat, the shows you watch, the games you play, your relationships. Everything's based around dopamine. Everything's based around addiction. Unfortunately, that's just the way the world is. Obviously, there's some addictions that are worse than other addictions, like drugs and stuff. But, yeah, try not to get addicted to anything that's harmful. So you could even say that games like World of Warcraft and stuff and RuneScape are harmful addictions because they end up taking up your entire life and you end up basically becoming a part of the game after a while. You feel like you have to log in every day, you have to do certain things. You basically have to manage a separate life outside of the real world. Alright. Let's see if we can get Lucian. We have a couple more to go. How many times can we actually do this? Is there a chance that we don't get him? I think there is. There's actually a chance we don't get him. And if we don't get him, I think we go with Aquila. Dun, 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 dun. What is next? No, we're not crafting. Obtain legendary. We cleared Abyss normal. I wasn't even paying attention. We just cleared it. It was no big deal at all. We're done with Abyss normal. I'm gonna wait to do Abyss hard. Let's just farm out our legendary rune here. Hell yeah. And we'll craft out a rune from the rune event. We'll just keep going with will runes as much as possible from now on. Since it looks like we're looking pretty strong with all the PvE content, we'll just get ourselves ready for PvP. We're gonna need a lot of will runes. And of course we'll take that. See what our substats are looking like. That's not too bad as long as we don't go flat HP. That's really good. We go flat HP, but we get a decent amount of crit rate. And we'll probably hold on to this rune and maybe re-app accuracy. Or enchant accuracy. I always say that wrong. No one can quit RuneScape. I played RuneScape maybe 2 or 3 times. And I quit each time. I think it's one of those things where you either play RuneScape or you played World of Warcraft growing up. And yeah, it's hard to switch over from those two games, I feel like. Like, I had already played World of Warcraft going into RuneScape. So for me, it was a no-brainer of which game I thought was better. But obviously everyone has different tastes. I'm not saying one game's better than the other, but in my opinion, one game's better than the other. One game's a lot more addicting too. And also one game everybody hates now. So there's also that. I've been playing this game for too long. I'm also free to play, and I have a ton of 5-star monsters, completed most of the PvE content, and I'm getting pretty decent at PvP content now. That's awesome. So you're not using your 5-star monsters at all? You're just using the free to play stuff? Let's see. What else should we be doing while we wait? I guess continuing along with Trial of Ascension Hard while we wait for our legendary 6-star rune to pop up. Oh my god, I had to click almost every monster people chose in RTA when I came back, thinking, dear god, how is that monster allowed? And wanting more than one ban. Yeah. If you don't know what everything does, it makes the game that much harder. So it's a big advantage just having knowledge of the game. Being around it, either being on Reddit or whatever social media, watching YouTubers, whatever you do to gain knowledge throughout this game. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to learn, so as much as you can get from other people, I would highly recommend you doing that. I even still do it to this day, especially when people pick Light Dark Nat 5s. Since I don't have them and I barely ever see them, I usually get stumped when they're picked, unless it's something that I've lost to in the past. That's the only time I'll learn what it does. But if they pick it and I beat it, I still won't go and read what it did. I'll just assume that it's not that great. But yeah, if a Light Dark Nat 5 beats me, then that is the only time I will take the time out to learn what it does. But usually it's just about having a general knowledge of what units use anyway. You don't have to know every exact thing it does. Obviously it helps to know everything it does, so you'll know when it's like missing debuffs and stuff like that, or if it has potential to apply a debuff. But yeah, like I said, it's mainly about understanding the general knowledge of what everything does and what your opponent's trying to do in PvP. My original RuneScape account is almost 16 years old. Holy crap. That is a long time of playing. I quit RuneScape 5 years ago. You're 24 years old now, and you've played RuneScape for 16 years. That is a long time, man. I then, of course, finding out having plus 165 speed is actually slow in RTA. Yeah, you would think it was fast. You really thought for a second, and then you got hit by a plus 210 speed unit. By the way, that was the slowest unit on their team. That 210 speed. Everything else is 220. And you got a fat welcome to RTA from that. I could see exactly how it went down. So, Panda here says he quit playing RuneScape 5 years ago and then started playing Summoner's War instead. Very interesting. One addiction to the next. We never stop. I would rather play RuneScape for 50,000 hours before I even touch WoW. Really? Not a fan of WoW, huh? What's your beef with WoW? Did you play it before and have a bad time? Did somebody steal your account? What happened? Right, you load in and see your attack bar at 70% while they're all full. You absolutely called it. Exactly. Trust me, man. I've been around this game for long enough to tell you how everything goes down without even watching it. Before it even happens. Did we already run through the music? No, we didn't. Heal up. Yeah, we really need to, I think, get Crow to aid soon. He's always the one almost dead, every single time. I know everything else is on an HP build besides Vertiheal, but that's the thing, it's always Crow, it's never Vertiheal. You don't like its gameplay? Really? Yeah, man, different strokes for different folks. Personally, I love its gameplay. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Third person RPG with a solid community. Actually, the community is very toxic in that game. Very toxic. But solid atmosphere is what I think I was trying to say. Makes me feel like I'm inside of a actual Western fantasy, even though it's a stylized game. It still gives me that vibe. And that's the vibe I'm trying to go for. RuneScape for me, I'm sorry if I'm really bashing on your favorite game here. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I enjoyed it when I played it. It just wasn't something that I wanted to sink my teeth into too much. But for me, like the art style wasn't ideal. You can't really even see the armor too well. Like, it's very pixely for me. I'm also not the biggest fan of the top-down camera. And I also hate the fact that when you die, you lose your stuff. I know you can store it away in your bank, but I like to keep everything that I have. Dark Souls and Elden Ring is an exception, though. Only exception. You lose your souls, but at least you're not losing your armor after you die. But yeah, World of Warcraft was my addiction growing up. One of my friends got me into it early on. I remember just watching him play for a little while, and then eventually I got my own laptop to play on it. And at the time, the game was very taxing on my laptop. Fuck, we failed. We failed. Damn it.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Let's see if we got a legendary rune. No, we haven't. We're clearing this really slowly. 3 minutes, above 3 minutes at a time. let's just keep moving along. Let's actually play this one out once we get to the final stage. Imagine if you dropped all your loot in Elden Ring when you died. Yeah, I wouldn't like the game. I don't think I would like the game. I think stuff like that should be a choice. Like if you want to play on, like there's a certain name for that type of gameplay or that type of game mode, like hardcore mode or something like that. If you want to play that way, then fine, that can be a part of the game. But I think the core game with almost any game except for battle royales, of course, you shouldn't lose everything that you get. RuneScape has a death system now that you can just go to Death's office and get everything back. It's pretty forgiving now. Alright, well, in that case, I like it a little bit better. Still probably not going to play it, to be completely honest. But yeah, I think a lot of the times too, these type of games are mainly nostalgic. Because like you're saying, you played that game 16 years ago. You have 16 years of nostalgia with it. I played World of Warcraft basically a year or two after it came out. So I'm not sure how long it's been out at this point. But over 10 years of nostalgia with that game. And every time I log in and play it every once in a while, I instantly get that nostalgia rush. It brings back times when I was younger. So it's not even always the game itself. Sometimes it's just the fact that it's bringing back those times for me and making me feel good just because of those nostalgic memories. Like for example, if I'm in Westfall, maybe when I was in Westfall, I was eating my first cheeseburger or something like that. And being in Westfall reminds me of the first cheeseburger I ever had. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, at this point, with all the time that has passed, there's probably games out now that are better than both RuneScape and World of Warcraft. And obviously there's games that are better, but what I mean is that there is games that do the exact same thing but have better graphics and are just better all around. You can maybe make an argument to that. But that's what I think. That's why I've never returned to Final Fantasy XI. I cherish my nostalgic memories, yet understand that the game would not be the same if I went back to it. Exactly. It won't be the same. You'll be able to get the nostalgia, but the game just won't be the same. Like your thought process of going back because you think that it's going to be the same as when you played it when you were younger, it never will be. You'll never get that back. And it might be sad to think about, but another way that you can look at it is like, it happened and you will always have that memory now. So you always have a free way to give yourself nostalgic dopamine. Like just thinking about that stuff should make you happy if it made you happy back in the day. Also, by the way, I played Final Fantasy XI a couple years back, I think about 2 years ago, and I got through a decent amount of the main story and then quit myself. I just couldn't get into that one either. Don't know what it is. Oh wait, no. Am I thinking of the right game? I'm thinking of the MMORPG Final Fantasy game. I don't know if that's 11 or not. Yes, besides my 16-year RuneScape account is more valuable to me than anything I've ever done online. And the only game that even comes close to my RuneScape playtime is Dungeons and Dragons Online with 13,000 hours. That is crazy. That is a lot of days. You're thinking of 14 probably. Yeah, I think I am. Is 11 the turn-based one? Is that the one with the guy on the cover? He's got the blue sword. It starts off, he's doing that like underwater tournament. No, 11 was their first MMO. Okay, so I'm probably just thinking the wrong one. Yeah, I played 14. I got through some of the main story of 14. Got my chocobo. And then I was pretty much done with it. Couldn't get into it. Like I said, it depends on when you play games. Like, I started off playing World of Warcraft, and it pretty much had everything that I wanted right off the rip. I didn't want anything else. I didn't need another game. That was the only game I needed. It's the only game I wanted to play. So yeah, trying to get into another MMO that is doing something similar to that game, it's going to have to do something really exceptional for me to move over to it. Because every time I'm playing a game like that, I'm just thinking in my head, why don't I just play World of Warcraft? Holy shit, I can't say words sometimes. Brain goes completely crazy and it gives up. Kind of like my internet. Titus, best Final Fantasy there is. I got the Narcan symbol tattooed on my chest. Final Fantasy X, my whole childhood in one game. Is that the one I'm talking about? I think we're getting to it. Third time is always a charm, I believe. That is the one I'm talking about, right? Yep, that's it. Blitzball, the underwater game. Yep, I remember that. And then you get on the ship, and that big, like, Kraken thing comes out of the water. You got to beat him. Yeah, man, that was part of my childhood too. Loved that game. At the time, it had some really ground-breaking cutscenes. Graphics were really good. And that was one of my first, besides Pokemon obviously, one of my first turn-based RPG games. People seem to hate Blitzball, yet I actually enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It's alright. That and the card game, Tetramaster, I don't remember that one. God Weapon, enjoyed every game. Yeah, all my PlayStation 2 games. The only thing that sucks about Ikaru is that you need like 2,300 defense for him to team up with 2 monsters rather than 1. Yeah, you just got to get him to 2,300 defense. It sucks, but you're going to be building him that way anyway. With a lot of defense. And you're also factoring in towers. And leader skills. You can put a defense leader skill on there, make it a little bit easier. Full team stun. But I don't know what it is, man, but all those early PS1 and PS2 games were so good. Like, they hit so much differently than the games do today. There's still a lot of really good games that come out. I think people just like to complain that there isn't because of all like the cash grabbing that companies try to do now. But I don't know what it is. Like I said before, it's probably just nostalgia for the most part. It's just remembering when times were simpler. Companies were less cash grabby. They were focusing more on the games. They added little things into the game that they normally wouldn't add today. They weren't as heavily focused on graphics. They were more focused on making better gameplay features. And we might actually have to swap over. Did we die one of these runs? I feel like this is taking forever. Or no, we're just not getting runes. Unknown. This green shit. More green stuff. I wonder if we can craft one. Does that do it? Let's craft some will stuff. See if we get a legend. No, we don't. There's Swift. Alright, we'll just keep moving along. Keep going up TOA. I want to get through all of this stuff here. Clear all of this. And then maybe stop on 70. And is anything saying that we have to beat Abyss hard on Giants? Don't believe so. Alright, what we're going to do, we're going to stop this. We're going to do one more stage of TOA. And then we're going to see if we can beat Giants Abyss hard. They had a body, they were complete. The bugs and glitches were cool, not abused. You spent 20 for a whole game. Now it's 80 for 30% of the game. Exactly, man. Or, let's be honest with ourselves. We play a free game like Summoners War. Even though this is a free-to-play series, so you can continue to play for free. But their whole mission here is to get you into the game so that eventually you spend something. And then once you spend something, you're more likely to spend something else. Something more. And keep dumping more and more money into the game because you feel like it'll help your progression. But yeah, a lot of games do that. Even like AAA games, which is freaking crazy to me. Yeah, especially when you're a single player game and you're trying to add all these different things that you can buy. It's ridiculous. It's another reason I really like FromSoft games. They give you solid gameplay. They don't try to create something they're not good at. They stick to what they're good at. They might add bundles that you can buy for an additional price, but you're not forced to buy it, and there's nothing really in-game that you can purchase. It's all just like stuff that they'll send to your house. So you actually get like a physical like statue or something like that. I don't mind any of that stuff at all. That's how it should be, especially if you're a game company trying to make money and you're spending a lot of money to actually develop the game on game developers and other stuff that you have to pay for throughout the development. But yeah, everyone wants to make a profit. Otherwise, it was a waste of time. So I do get it. They also had to think up clever ways to display and run their games, like Shadow of the Colossus and such. It was really neat learning how they would cheat the system to get things to work on limited resources. Yeah, exactly. They didn't have the same stuff. Coding was a little bit different. You also had to worry about not exploding the game console, making everything run optimally. And yeah, you got a lot of creative people on board for that. Now it's just about how do we do this quicker? How can we make a game in the quickest amount of time and make the most amount of profit? It's the way things go. It's free to play, but it's still pay to win. Yep. It's a good way to put it. Might not use this, but we'll see if it goes speed. Nope. And what we're gonna do now, something a little bit different here. We got to Giants Abyss Hard. Use the same team we've been using to get here. This team might work, but real quick before we get into it, I'm gonna shut the music off and switch over to this camera. And we're going to take a look at my ultimate Abyss Hard Giant guide. I did this one, okay, about a year ago, actually. Holy shit, it's been a year since I made this. I honestly thought I made this a couple of months ago, but apparently it's been a year. Time is flying by. But we're just going to look at this. Everything pretty much applies the same here. And in this video, I show how we can do it free to play. Just going to make sure we have everything that we had in this video.
Does this keep happening to you? Giants has changed and your team should too. Solution number 1. Free to play with Nat 5s. You only need these 2 Nat 5s. This team
Okay.
consists
Hold
of
up a
3
second.
attackers. They all deal damage based off.
Looking back at this, is this Harpy actually free to play? I don't know if it is. I don't know if you would consider it. Is it a secret dungeon?
Enemy max HP. So you will want to build them on Rage.
But I
With
think
as
I
much
do
crit
a
damage and
second
crit
solution.
rate as you can get. Rune slots 2 and 6 can be whatever you want. I might change Lynn to HP crit damage HP so she can survive better. Shannon should be your fastest unit. Make her fast, tanky, and with good accuracy. She needs to be fast enough to take 2 turns before the trash waves and the boss in order to keep buffs up consistently.
Yes, I have 2 Dark
Kelly should move
Harpies.
second and have as much accuracy as possible. Turn order is very important to help speed up your times. This team is very safe and consistent. Here are
Okay,
some
look at that.
alternative
Getting
replacements for you. Crow doesn't deal damage
1
based
minute
off
times.
enemy HP, but does help apply defense break and branding. Shannon doesn't have a free-to-play replacement, but I highly recommend swapping her with Wind Rune Blacksmith if you have her. These Helia replacements all fill the role really well.
Okay,
But
so I
my
did put some
personal-
replacements. So we can use Royd here with what we have instead of Helia.
Favorite is.
Or, there you have it. You guys could use a treasure chest. A 1-star silver star unit. Does the job.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
To nobody's surprise, it was very consistent at defense breaking. Solution number 2. Free to play 3 stars only. Almost a full light team. 2 damage dealers.
Okay.
And 3 support units.
We have all of these units, I think, except for Bella. But yeah, we got the 2 main damage dealers over here, Shaman and Lin. We could create that team for a speed team.
Opposite tactics from the first team. Use whatever rune sets you want for the support units. But you should prioritize speed, tanky, and accuracy stats, similarly to Shannon.
Obviously, everything's 2-8 here as well.
As you would expect, this team is going to be a little slower, but will be very reliable. Solution number 3. Pay to win speed teams. This team got my fastest time so far.
Alright, and then we don't care about this. I believe that is pretty much it. Yep, so just wanted to refresh my brain real quick and give you guys something to look at while you're following along with the series here. We made videos like that on Giants, Dragons, and Acropolis. So if you're struggling with any of that stuff, do what I just did right there and take a look at those videos, compare what you have. Obviously, we need to second awaken Shannon. We need a second awaken Crow. And we might slot in Royd here instead of Lauren. But we need to first second awaken him as well, and also 6-star him. Just switch out Crow for Agir. He's not maxed out yet, so, and he's not awakened. We'll see how we do with what we have. FromSoft is fantastic at filtering out the shit players, and I support them for doing that. Perfect example, Big B, the dude who won SWC, has not one, but 2 perfect max speed ancient runes. None of us here has anything close. Yep, so in that case, if you're dealing with that, you just have to play as a turn 2 player. That's why it's important to have different styles of play. Close out of this. Try to reduce some lag here. But yeah, try to look at your runes and notice where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. If it seems like you're getting a lot of stuff with a lot of base speed, then you can play as a speedy player. Most of the time, you're not going to have that unless you farm a lot. But if you're one of those lucky ones that just got a ton of high base speed runes, then you can play that way. Other than that, you should be playing as a turn 2 player with a little bit of creativity. Have use Revenge and Nemesis runes to your advantage, so you can cut in between. You can Revenge and deal damage, stuff like that. How do you guys pronounce that name? I'm just gonna say Dark Vampire Lord. But yeah, definitely too many multi-hits for the giant. He's going to be revenging, but what he does do is he provides lifesteal. And he prevents the giant from getting attack buff. Looks like we got cooked. We got cooked. All right, we're gonna have to come back to it. We'll keep farming out this one for now. So we get a 6-star legendary rune, and while we do that, we'll continue doing TOA. I'm probably not going to go for too much longer today. I have to head out soon. So we'll do a few more stages of TOA, continue to farm. If I head out before we get the 6-star legendary rune, then I'll farm that off stream, which shouldn't take too much longer. I'll just have it run like 10 times or whatever, and surely after 10 runs, we'll have it, 10 or 30. And then start of next stream, we'll get to TOA hard, stage 70. We will maybe start 2Aing some stuff. And after getting some 2As, it should make doing Giants B12, Giants Abyss hard, let me say it correct, a little bit easier. A little bit easier, a little bit faster, a little bit more consistent. And then we can really start continuing to farm that out, continuing the second awaken things, getting better runes, maybe dabbling into raids, start grinding out some runes that we already have, and filling out the teams that we have to the best of our current ability. I forgot that daring used to be widely used to help with damage reduction and defense / attack break. Yeah, still can be used on your defense and on your Giants. First Giants team if you want. You probably don't need 2A Shannon. It just boosts her survivability, really. It boosts everybody's survivability. Her first and second skill pushes back attack bar after she's second awakened. She gets more health. She does a bit more damage. Gets more turns because I believe it is absorbing attack bar. So yeah, don't underestimate that 2A Shannon. Attack bar pushback is really good for the giant. And the second skill, attack bar pushback, is great also for the crystals surrounding the giant. So they're not getting as many turns. My main account's GB12 team is Fran, Riley, Naomi, Crow, and Baramos. It's not too far off from what we have. Got 3 of the same units. I personally don't like Riley. And here's why. If your entire team wipes and Riley is the last one alive, there's a chance that she will just fight the boss for an infinite amount of time until you close out of the game. Like if you're running a repeat battle and Riley's the last one alive and she keeps getting hit by the boss, which stacks her totems, she'll keep healing up every single turn, and you'll be stuck in an infinite loop of fighting that boss. You'll have to close out. Egar, that's the way to say it. Yo, what's up, Nerd Guild? What did you pull today? Let's hear it. What did you pull? You probably pulled Tashar. That's my guess. A Water Monkey King and a Fire Beast Rider. Great units. Congratulations. Especially that Water Monkey just got buffed. So you can enjoy that new buff on him. And Fire Beast Rider is great for PvP. We use him all the time in RTA. If he pulled a LD Nat 5, can we ban him? Yeah, anybody that comes in here and talks about their Light Dark Nat 5s instantly get banned. Why are we lagging? Any reason? Oh yeah, we're running Giants, that's why. $48 down. Maybe I'll go to stage 50. So 2 more stages, and then we'll call it a stream. By the way, make sure you guys are liking the stream if you haven't already. Like the stream. Go watch my most recent video. Give that one a like. Give it a comment. Appreciate it if you decide to do so. $48 down. So yeah, let's think of what we're going to use that new free collaboration unit for, the dark one. Like I said, seems like a solo unit for PvE. So it'll be interesting to see if we can solo like the Giant or something like that. I might try that on my main account as soon as the update comes out. Any legendaries? Nope. No legendaries. Collect that. And we will continue on stage 49 here. I'm sure someone will find out a clever way to use the new Collab unit. Yeah, that's why we have to be the first. We can't let somebody else figure it out before us. It's definitely a lot easier to think about it when it's in front of you. But like I said before, it's going to be really good for Dimensional Raid because of its first skill. And I think if you pair it with Endure, it'll be great. Maybe Nemesis, so that when it's getting attacked, it's gaining attack bar. To be able to get another turn and heal everything back. Skill 1 ignores damage reduction. Skill 2, multi-hit with higher attack. And skill 3, negate any damage less than 30% of his HP, essentially. Oh, okay, hold up. I think I didn't process that one before. Shit, we just failed. So I know he's healing back if they do more than 30%, right? If I'm right about that. Thought that's what I read. Maybe I just told myself that. But negating the damage. He's an attack type unit, so it shouldn't be too hard to do more than 30%. You can snipe him pretty easily. But like I said, when you're going up against a dungeon, most of the time the dungeons aren't dealing more than 30% damage at a time. So we're going to see how many things we can solo with him. Negate was a bad word to use. Heals back is better. Okay, that's what I thought it did. That's what originally I thought it did. Or is it even heal? Maybe just setback. Okay, we'll take another look at it to confirm everything that it does. I already know how to use the Dark Sukuna. How do you use it, Phantom Sage? What's the secret? What do you know that we don't? Stun, defense break. Alright, and then this stage is pure luck. We're hoping that these don't violent proc. There we go, it procced. Stun them. Got one of them stunned. Let's heal up. Keep healing up. Slow him down, he gets another proc. Try to snipe this one. Another proc. Almost dead here. He's gonna do an AoE defense break. Push him back. Oh, he healed up. Dots. Another turn. Vertio's pretty much dead. Attack break. No violent proc. Push him back. Nice. Some heals, some stuns. Crow's almost dead. Come on, Fran. Has her healing up. Nice. Violent proc. Now we're should be set to go. I know how to use them in PvP. How are you going to use them? How do you plan on using him? Good, now you can proc. Yeah, what is the secret of using that guy in PvP? Like, besides anything that's pretty obvious, what do you see? Who do you see can be, like, uniquely paired with him? No, I can't give out secrets like that? Oh, okay. All right. You're not going to share with us? You're going to be the only one doing it? Fair enough. We're on our own, guys. We'll figure it out ourselves. Maybe make him a tank for siege and toss threat onto him. Can maybe do that. I usually don't like using attack type units as tanks, though. They have lower base HP. You'll RTA me when he's out? Okay. You can show me how it's done. Alrighty. On to stage 50. This is where I said we might start struggling. After stage 50 gets a little more tedious. Stages take a lot longer. Things have a lot more health. And the dot teams might be necessary. Still no legendary runes. The wait continues. Alright, let's look at him again, see what he does, and try to figure something out here. Alright. At the start of every turn, if your HP did not increase compared to the previous turn and has decreased by less than 30% of your HP, it will revert to the HP from the previous turn. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit confusing for me. I don't know why I can't figure this one out. If it's not increasing from the previous turn. So if you haven't received a heal from the previous turn, he'll heal himself if your HP went below 30%. Or you lost at least 30% HP. And then you'll get the HP back. So, like I said, this is a solo unit and specifically good for one PvE content, which is the Dimensional Rift, the Dimensional Raid, sorry. And as far as PvP goes, who knows if somebody can figure something else out to make them better. But yeah, like Matt Smith is saying here, it's not good. Yeah, and like I said, I think that the last collaboration unit that they gave out for free was better. Yeah, this was the free unit right here. This guy. Or Niche Nuker. An RTA, since first skill ignores damage reduction and his second skill is multi-hit for things like Leica. Could use it for that. Like you said, it's niche. Still no Lucian. And we'll move on to stage 50. Last stage. Last stage for today. If you don't get any healing received and not taken more than 30% damage, you heal back to full. No, I believe it's if you take more than 30% damage. You have to take more than 30% damage in order to heal back to full. Or back to your previous turn. Whatever your health was at on the previous turn. So it's not always back to full. But since he is damage unit, what you say here is really easy to do more than 30% damage on him. Exactly. You're gonna make him, you're gonna put him on damage type runes. Most likely you're not gonna have HP percent on him. So that 30% is gonna be easy to get to. And like I've been saying, I feel like pairing him with something that provides an endure would be pretty good for him. Like a fedora. So that if you go turn 1 fedora, put the endure on, and then say somebody tries to snipe him, he'll just gain all of that damage back once he gets a turn. Nope, it's max 30%. I gotta read it again. Alright, stage 50. Let's see if we can get through this one. Whoops, I shouldn't have attacked the middle boss there. Missed crit. Don't let him get a turn. Attack break. Okay, what a waste. Go on this one because we don't want to get revenged by the liches. Keep pushing him back. And now he's back to 0. Holy shit, that was a lot. Push him back. Heal up a little bit. Can we get a Violent proc? No, we can't. Come on, Fran. Take a turn. Thank you. Ah, shit, we got stunned. Just Crow, though. Not the end of the world. So I think this Lich is going to kill Fran. So we got to push him back. Hopefully get a Violent proc. Nothing, but at least we got this up, so we can't push back our attack bar. Fran's dead unless we get a turn. And we will get a turn. Heal back up halfway. Violent proc. Got heal back up next turn. Crit that time. Come on. Just a bit more. Uh-oh. Our attack bar pushbacker just got stunned. It's not good. And we should be good now. Nothing they can do to us. Big damage, heal up, and the nuke for the win. We're on the wrong page here. Stage 50 of TOA Hard complete. That'll do it for today. Still no legendary runes. We're going to keep farming this out off stream. And read off some of your comments again before we leave. This is what we're looking like on scrolls. I think we're going to hold off, actually. We don't need to summon anything right now, so we might as well wait for the event to come out and have some fun with that. Maybe we get something good on this account. And after we're done with the series, we can start using it. Yeah, but for now, see what you guys are saying. Does ignore damage reduction mean you can hit the Lich boss through his shield? Yes, you can. That's what that means. Alright, and you're saying I am reading the skill wrong. Let's see if I'm reading it wrong. At the start of every turn, if your HP did not increase compared to the previous turn and has decreased by less than 30% of your HP, it will revert to the HP from the previous turn. Yeah, so if you're not gaining HP, and if it has decreased by less than 30% of your HP, is that max HP though? It doesn't say max HP, it just says 30% of your HP. So the way that I am processing this is that if you have 100% HP and you take 70% damage and then you get a turn, you'll get healed back up. Well, it has to be less than 30%, so it would have to be 69% damage in order to heal back up. So another way to look at it, if you have 50% HP left and you take 31% damage, that'll drop you down to 29%. You'll then heal back up to 50% after. So I think the way to go on this guy is going to be Revenge and Vampire. Vamp Revenge. It's the way to build them. I'm telling you. Everyone's going to be doing it. You'll see. We also don't know if they come with leader skills. Oh, there's more stuff down here we didn't even look at. Okay, so this is the island that's going to be showing up, just like the Assassin's Creed and the Witcher collaboration. Had the same stuff. Sorcerer Quest and Boss Rush. I'm assuming that's similar to the last thing that we had. Actually, both of them had it. The last two collaborations. Okay, enter battle 5 times. No, explains it here. Might be a little bit different. There's some rewards that you get. Nothing crazy. Get a nice Jujutsu Kaisen scroll. This that opens up. Yeah, it's like all the same stuff that they've been doing with the collaborations. Please take a look at Daigon, the boss that will be ready for you in hard difficulty. Look at this guy. We're gonna beat this guy's ass. Okay, we'll figure it out as we play instead of reading it. And some more rewards. Exclusive content. Collab characters will appear in Trial of Ascension when it refreshes. That will be interesting. Master X will appear as an arena rival. Sorcerer's Quest. You can get, obviously, all of the new units from anything, any scroll, it looks like. Here's the specific scroll for the collaboration. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's a lot going on there. Yeah, Vamp Revenge. They all come with leader skills. Does it say what leader skills they get? Or does it just say that they have leader skills that will be added once it's officially released? And if I'm not mistaken, one of them should be coming with a speed leader. I didn't think about it that way. Imagine you didn't quite one-shot him and he heals back to whatever HP he was at. Could be interesting. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying having Endure onto him is going to be pretty good. Or not even have an Endure, just have him on. You could even go, instead of Revenge, you can go Nemesis. So that if he takes a big nuke, he's getting a lot of attack bar from the nuke, and then he gets to move and heal back up. Yeah, so where are you guys hearing about the leader skills before I leave? Before we end the stream, where did you guys hear that there was going to be a speed leader? Is it just speculation? Is it something that's actually happening? Then you cry when he was at 31% and doesn't heal up. Yep. That's gonna happen. How much damage does Mo Long do? I can't remember. Is it? Oh wait, no. That's well more than enough. It was like 70% or something. So yeah, never mind. I was thinking he only did 30%. For some reason. Anything about leader skills? Don't see anything about leader skills. But like I said, I would assume the win one gets a speed leader. This one's going to get a defense leader. This one's probably going to get... We'll be more specific. I'm thinking he's getting 50% dark leader skill. He's getting 33% defense leader skill for anywhere. He's probably going to get 22% attack leader skill for anywhere. I'm going to say 33% speed leader. And then 50% HP leader on light. That's my guesses. I have no idea though. Watch the trailer for the collab. Does it actually show it? Maybe take a look real quick if it shows up correctly. It's not showing up. Yeah, unfortunately it's not working. But anyway, we'll talk more about it once it comes out. That hopium of a new unit getting a 33 speed lead. It makes sense on that unit. Out of all of them, I think that's the one getting it. We were comparing him earlier to Bastet, but the difference I think between that unit and Bastet is that Bastet has low base speed, 99 base speed, and increases more attack bar, but has a defense leader skill. So I'm thinking that wind guy, he's going to have decent speed. He's going to have at least some sort of speed leader. And then his third skill is basically the same. A little bit different, but basically the same. And I think that's what they're going to do with him. That's what makes sense. Now he's obviously going to get a defense leader skill. Yeah, you're probably right about that. They're probably watching and they're writing that one off real quick. Sup, Kaiser? What's new? What is new? We got all the way... Looks like we're actually going to get our first loss in Giants Abyss Normal. But we got all the way to Giants Abyss Hard. We failed on a Giants Abyss Hard. And then we completed TOA 100. I think you've already seen that. We got up to TOA Hard Stage 50. And we're just moving along with Summoner's Way. Continuing to get through Advanced. And then get through all the dungeons here. Let's try again for Lucian. Still not getting them. The win unit is not getting the speed lead, to be fair. I'm pretty sure win unit's leader skill is defense. Awesome. So it's literally a wind Bastet. That's what we're getting. A wind Bastet. But alright guys, that's going to do it for today. We'll try to be back tomorrow at some point. If we're not back tomorrow, then we'll be back on Sunday to continue trying to get G3 in Arena on the main account. And then Tuesday is going to be a big stream. Everybody, make sure you make it on Tuesday. Make sure you click the bell. Make sure your notifications are set up. And make sure to private message me if you want me to summon for you. Continue summoning your scrolls. Continue farming. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next stream.
Bye, have a great time.